You already know who it is, your boy Hill. Hill gonna Hill regardless, baby. 1/3, three-man weave. I'm here doing a little draft recap for the whole NFL that we just had last week. I got my guy here with me. I wanted to go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
What's going on, people? What's going on, people? I know everybody knows me as Dane on Facebook.
Yes, sir.
People know me in real life as Dennis, but you can call me either one. I'm a big sports junkie. I've been watching sports since forever, since I was like 7 years old. And, big time Yankee fan, Giant fan. Don't have a favorite NBA team. It used to be the Knicks, but my favorite player is LeBron James. And that's pretty much what I do. And also for college, I talk sports, host a sports show called Strictly Sports,
Mm-hmm.
and once a week, so everybody knows me from there as well. So that's pretty much it.
The smartest thing that you just said, that you used to be a Knicks fan.
Used to be a Knicks
You
fan,
used to be, and you got away from that. I understand it was hard. You grew up being a Knicks fan, but it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes we got to leave some of these teams, man.
Yeah, I left after Larry Brown got fired. When he got fired after the 2006 season, I'm like, this team is gonna be good, and I've been about that. It's been true. If Larry Brown gets fired, then you know it's a problem because he's one of the greatest coaches of all time.
So you didn't never want to come back when Melo came back?
No, and I'm a Melo critic. I criticize Melo all the time, so I'm gonna make it worse.
Oh, we're gonna save. Well, we're gonna definitely come back. Oh, we're gonna save that. But we on the NFL draft. Get a little background. I met Dane outside the sports Facebook group, right?
Yeah, I think it was in the Facebook. It was in the group outside sports.
Yeah, outside the box sports, and we had a topic about football commentators, and you gave me a long, detailed list, well thought out.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm like, oh no, he knows sports. So I'm like, I gotta link up with my guy.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you, man. I mean, I just love it. It's just something that comes natural to me. So, everybody, people come up to me and ask me questions about something about their favorite team or trade or who I think is better in a sport or what's best for the sport. So I just answer. I just do it naturally. So.
I mean, sometimes that's the best way to do it, man. If it comes natural, let it flow, man. Don't stop it. Don't fight the inevitable.
Yeah, it just comes natural to me. Like, and when I even host my own show, I just do it like I'm just talking with like regular people. It just comes natural. I don't even plan out what I want a show, like a segment. I just do it. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I just do it on the fly, and it's just natural.
It works better that way sometimes, man.
Yeah.
So we got the pandemic going on. Everybody in the house. We can't leave. Hopefully you staying safe as well. So we had to do a virtual draft this year. And what was your thoughts on that so far?
I loved it. I thought it was great. Roger Goodell gets a lot of criticism, but he did a great job organizing it because a lot of the owners they didn't want to do this. They wanted to cancel it, and it turned out to be great. And now I think some are saying that they want to do it not every year, but like a little more often. And I'm like, see, it turned out to be great. Roger Goodell, the second day he did, like he was about to fall asleep, and like the deep in the second round, like he was tired. So, but it was
only
fun.
used to doing the first round.
Don't used to doing the first round, and when he did the second round, I thought he's gonna do. I'm like, he can't do it tomorrow. The third round, the fourth and seventh because it starts at 12. He's gonna be tired. He's only used to the first round, like you said.
But the only way I think about it, I think some teams, let's say that, some teams did benefit from a virtual draft.
Yeah.
They brought the organization together. Everybody had to be on one accord, brought the cohesiveness to it, and everybody had to be on board. It took away from stupid decisions that had been made in the war room. Like, ooh, I want this guy. Ooh, I want this guy. Right. Nah, we're going with our board. We leaning on our scouts, and we're doing everything that we're supposed to do.
Yeah. It worked out great. I thought everything was tremendous. Like the setup, it was I think that they tried it like a week before, like a test run, and it was like a little glitch. But other than that, it was no problems during 3 days. It went smoothly. It was perfect. It gave people some sort of entertainment because we in the pandemic right now. There's nothing going on.
And I watched every pick.
Me too. And I don't really watch the third day. I don't watch like round 6. So I watch every pick.
I watched every pick. I've been on like a draft draft junkie basically all my life. I'm accustomed to it that Saturday when they used to have the draft the whole entire day.
Right.
So I'm from that cloth. So I was very hyped to watch the entire draft, and the way I'm a Cowboy fan, so the way we were drafting, I was intrigued on what we was going to do next because it was a lot of talent just left on the board in each round. It was like, ooh, we can get another guy. Ooh, we can get another guy. So I was intrigued myself.
I love the NFL draft. It's one of my favorite sporting events, and I thought the Cowboys had a great draft. I think they were like one of the teams that had one of the best drafts that weekend. They did
I
a
thought
great
so.
job. They did a great job. Like if we have a season this year, which I hope happens, they can win the division over the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, I've been down that road again. I don't want to get too,
Yeah.
too high, too hype over the draft. I wanted to get on the field first. And I want to read about what they got going on in training camp. I want to gradually get hype. I don't want to go in there. I'm not your typical Cowboy fan that's going to get hyped and say,
We'll
"Oh,
win the Super
we're
Bowl.
going to win the Super Bowl every year." Nah,
Yeah.
I've been burned. I've been burned before, so I'm definitely got to go down that road again.
Man, I'm a Giants fan. Look, you're in better shape than us. Like the Giants, they're not going to no playoff team anytime soon. I mean, I like the additions. I like the safeties they drafted McKinney from Alabama. So they go on with Jabril Peppers. I like that. That's a good tandem. But I wanted them to get a pass rusher last year. I wanted them to get Isaiah Simmons because if they're going to go offensive line, please pick the right guy. You picked the wrong guy. I thought Wirfs was the best lineman. Who do you think was the best out of the 4 linemen?
The thing about it is, we did a mock draft and we said they're not going to go Isaiah Simmons because they're going to. I said to myself, if Jason Garrett has any influence on this draft, he's going to get an offensive lineman. And which you did get an offensive lineman. And on top of that, he's going to get what they showed in the draft is people going to get scheme fit guys specifically. They're really not going to try much. Garrett doesn't know what to do with an athletic offensive lineman. So he's going to get a guy that's solid, that's going to use power, that's going to fit his scheme. And that was Andrew Thomas, to be quite honest.
Oh, man, when I look at Wirfs, man, if you're going to go offensive line for that, you got to get somebody who's really talented because the Giants have problems with the tackle position for years. They drafted Eric Flowers, and he was a disaster. And they signed Nate Solder. He's not the same playing without Belichick. That's not correct. The same play in that system. So I'm like, all right, you're going to go tackle, and then you draft the wrong guy. I just hope he's just not another Eric Flowers.
I mean, and you've been burned, and I understand your concern and why. My only thing, like I said, I know Jason Garrett, so I knew what he was going to do. The fact I know you're hyped about Xavier McKinney, which was a great pick in the second round.
I love him.
Who's the defensive coordinator?
Defensive coordinator for the Giants? Forgot the new guy's name.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is he going to fit with Jabril Peppers? They have the same similar skill set.
They do, but they needed somebody. They couldn't. Okay. They were so bad last year. They were so terrible last year. They had Antoine Bethea, who was like 100 years old, who couldn't walk. Like, they needed somebody. I don't care who they got. They had to get somebody there.
And when you think of it like that, I feel, just put them on the field and we figure it out.
Yeah, put them on the field and figure it out. You can't get any worse.
That is correct. So let's go ahead and dive into it. We got your team. Other than that, did you enjoy the rest of your picks?
Yeah, I enjoyed the rest of the picks instead of the first one. Instead of Dan Thomas, I want to draft the Wirfs.
Okay.
Because the Bucks are smart because I know they only traded down one pick, but look, they knew they snatched it. Got worse with all the skill position players they had. They knew what they were doing.
I think that was one of the stupidest parts of the draft when they traded up one spot.
They were scared.
Scared of who?
I don't know.
Exact. And that's the thing about, John Lynch had done this twice.
Yeah.
Twice.
Mm-hmm.
Got the Bears when they did it. They traded up for Mitchell Trubisky, and they traded up one spot. And you knew he wasn't going to draft Mitchell. But you still traded up and you were scared. Did the same thing to the Bucks. I mean, it works out. Everybody gets their guy, so can't even really get mad at that aspect. Who's your winners of the draft, though?
Cowboys, Dolphins. Dolphins for taking a chance on Tua because they needed a franchise quarterback since Dan Marino, and I think they have that guy. I think Tua is going to be a star. I think he's going to be a superstar in the NFL.
All right.
I don't think he's going to start right away because
And he should.
I think Fitzpatrick is going to start, but I think maybe Tua might miss the whole season, which is fine. But he's that guy. I don't think he's going to be a bust.
My whole thing was if you was tanking for Tua
Mm-hmm.
and you still can get him at 5, then you won. So
Exactly.
go ahead and get your guy. Don't outsmart yourself. That's it. You got the Cowboys and the Dolphins. Anybody else?
Yeah, and they were tanking for Tua. You're right, because they were one of the worst teams to start the season last year,
That's
and
correct.
you could see obviously they were taking. They knew they wanted Tua. But who else won? Also, I don't know. This is not a rule. Like Giants to be a Giants and a Jet fan, but I'm also a Jet fan too. It's not a real rivalry to me, so I love my Jets. I think they did it well. That's Denzel Simmons, Mims guy. I think he's going to be pretty. I think he's needs a little bit more work, but I think he could be pretty good. Nice
That's one they needed anybody. They needed a receiver bad.
Yeah.
But I do believe in his ability. He's an outside guy, come from an up tempo team in Baylor. Like he's ready to flourish. I think you got to give Sam Darnold some type of weapons, man.
You have to. And I like the lineman that they got, Becton.
Yeah, you go and you gotta protect. First off, you gotta protect Darnold, and you gotta give him some weapons.
That's what they did. So I thought they did a good job in the draft. Who else I think did a good job? The Colts did a good job. I like the running back they have. Yeah, Colts, Chiefs.
You like what the Chiefs did?
Yeah, I like the running back that they took. They don't really feature running backs like that. They usually just use all their weapons. But I think they did. I don't think they were bad. I think they had a good job. Did a good job. I don't like what the Eagles did.
No, we get there. We're gonna get there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we do the negative in a minute, but
yeah, we're gonna get to the positive. I think like I said, I mentioned the Colts. I got the Colts. Obviously, they traded their first round pick for DeForest Buckner.
Yeah.
Me personally, business wise, let's say, because basically Javon Kinlaw was the pick.
Yeah.
My thing is, could you just took Javon Kinlaw and saved all your money and got the same production, or you want to go for the sure thing?
I do like teams that if the opportunity is there, take it. That's why I wanted the Giants to take Simmons, because they need a pass rusher. Now he's going to go to Arizona and help out the defense.
That's a fact. So I'm not really mad about that. But then you go out and get Michael Pittman Jr.
Yeah,
sure catcher to go alongside T.Y. Hilton, Paris Campbell. I'm not so on Phillip Rivers, but you're giving him the weapons. So it's really no excuse. And then you go out there and you get Jonathan Taylor to go behind that offensive line with Marlon back.
He's perfect.
Oh, man.
For that team, because the offensive line is tough. And he's a power runner. He runs, between the tackles. So it's perfect.
Reminds you.
Hopefully it'll be a good team.
They remind you of Wisconsin. So it's like.
Yeah. They play like Wisconsin.
Thing. My thing is the Ravens. They hit a home run throughout the draft. You go out there, you get Patrick Queen. He looks like a Ravens linebacker anyway.
Yeah, like a Terrell Suggs.
You go get him. Then you go get J.K. Dobbins to go along that running game with Mark Ingram, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson don't have to run as much anymore. You can hand it off to them.
Yeah, the Ravens are a running team.
And you go out there, you get Justin Matabuke, good defensive tackle. You go out there and get another speedster in Devin Duvernay to go alongside with Hollywood Brown. Then later on, you get another slot receiver. You get James Prochet to go along on the underneath stuff, and he can take it to the crib. Yeah. Then you steal Geno Stone on your last pick. Like, you can't ask for another better draft from a team that went 13-3 last year.
I know this is kind of like a different topic, but we're talking about playoff teams. I don't know if the Ravens are going to be that good. Like, it's hard to repeat. It's hard to repeat in football, in NFL, because I think the Steelers are going to be trying to, rewrite the wrong with Ben back. But that's just me. And Mike Tomlin doesn't have losing records as a coach.
That's a fact. The Steelers are definitely going to be better than they were last year.
But something is missing with that team, though.
Yeah.
Something missing. I don't know if they need if the running backs aren't good, or they need another tight end or something. Something missing with that team.
But the Ravens got better.
Yeah. But
Like,
is Lamar gonna be better because it could be a one-hit wonder because this is what happened in the playoffs again, and then, teams probably gonna have all this time with nothing going on to study
well,
him.
once again, that's why you gave him some better wide receiver weapons. Give
Yeah,
him Devin Duvernay. Give him James Prochet. Like,
yeah.
you give him a J.K. Dobbins that can catch out the backfield, that can do everything at the running back position. Like, you're giving him more weapons. They was hot last year, but did they really have a lot of offensive weapons?
They were a running team and Lamar as well within that, but
And they would hit you with the pass,
yeah.
suddenly. But did they really have offensive other than Hollywood Brown and Mark
No,
Andrews? They
no,
need
they're running. They run the ball. They're a run first team. They were. It
so
might change now.
you give them some necessary pieces. They
Yeah,
can be better than they were last year, or they can just be the same. Like,
it might be the same, but it's going to be interesting to see. I just think that the Steelers are going to be, they're not going to just go away.
another team that hit a home run, I believe the Denver Broncos hit a home run.
Yes.
You get Jerry Jeudy to go along with Cortland Sutton. Then you double up and you get KJ Hamler.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you gave Drew Lock nothing but weapons to go along with Noah Fant. That's an offense that's ready to. And you got Melvin Gordon in the free agency
I don't really like him
that go along with what they have.
with Lindsey. Yeah, with Philip
Philip
Lindsey.
Lindsay, Melvin Gordon.
I'm not a Melvin Gordon fan. I think he should be better than how he's supposed to be. He's
That's
just
correct.
he's been disappointing to me in the league.
But with those weapons, the defense is already stacked.
Yeah.
Stacked. Like, I got the Broncos early. I got them making the playoffs.
Yeah, because there's a 7 teams can make it now. They might be one of them teams. I don't think I have them on playoffs. I got to do it over because now the draft. I got to sit take time and
I
see
got
everything.
them. I'm real high on them right now. I'm real high.
Their coach, I don't know if he's an offensive wizard.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not.
Yeah.
But now it's like it's at the point where you got so many weapons on offense, you can't mess this up.
Better not mess it up.
You have a tight end, you have multiple running backs, you have 3 wide receivers. What else do you need? You drafted Lloyd Cushenberry to go along the offensive line. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you got a lot of weapons, man. You got a lot of things to work. You got to just coach it up now at this point.
You think they'll be better than the Raiders?
Yes.
Okay.
Not sold on the Raiders at all. My last winner,
Mm-hmm.
I got the Vikings.
Yeah.
You go out there, you get Justin Jefferson to replace Stephon Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
You get Jeff Gladney at corner. You get Cam Dantzler at corner. You get Ezra Cleveland at tackle. You get a DN, James Lynch. You get a linebacker, Troy Dye. For depth purposes, another lineman. You get a backup quarterback,
Mm-hmm.
Nate Stanley, that can just come in and learn from Kurt. You out of all the pieces that they lost in the offseason, they replaced them with all quality pieces. You can't ask for much more in the draft.
I think they're going to be a playoff team. The Vikings are the first-class organization. They know what they're doing.
They definitely do.
Yeah.
And see if they can get over the hump. But they definitely, with all the losses that they made, they definitely replaced them.
Replaced them, right.
Let's go ahead. Let's get to these draft losers.
All right. Eagles.
Mm-hmm. Go dive right in it.
Eagles not taking Jefferson.
Correct.
I thought that was a mistake because one of their biggest holes last year, they're playing with like third string receivers.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody on the team just gets hurt. And Jefferson is a playmaker. And,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't draft him. I thought they were. I'm like, all right, Jefferson's going to fall to them. Nobody's taking him. And then they passed on him. I thought that was a mistake. I want to say the Giants are really losers. I just hate the pick of Thomas. You do all of that, and then you need a pass. And they're in the same predicament that you were in last year.
Don't
last
stop.
year, if they had drafted Josh Allen like they're supposed to, I think Daniel Jones would have been at 17, and you wouldn't have to worry about the pass rusher. Now they still have no pass rusher, and in the same predicament they're in. They better hope that Andrew Thomas is a real deal, but they're in the same predicament they're in last year.
Let's not stop. Let's not leave the Eagles. Why draft Jalen Hurts in the second?
Oh, because they think that Wentz is he's injury prone.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
That's your answer?
Yeah, because not because he's like thinks that Wentz can't play, because Wentz gets hurt. You know, they last year they were struggling in the playoff games. They had no quarterback.
So why'd you pay him?
He's productive, but it's just that he's just injury prone. It's not he can't. They pay him because of his performance, not because of his durability. I guess that's how they were thinking.
So you spend a premium pick on your team on a player that you hope doesn't play.
I don't know what the Eagles doing, but they should. They didn't have a good draft at all.
And on top of that, let's just okay. I do believe Jalen Hurts can play. I'm not questioning him, but the way we seen the draft fall out, Jacob Eason fell, Fromm fell.
Yeah,
You could have got a quarterback later on in this draft, and you could have got a day one starter, or hopefully a day one starter in your second round pick. Like you made way too many mistakes. First off, they needed a linebacker. They should have took Kenneth Murray or Patrick Queen.
mm-hmm.
You could have got a receiver in the second round. Jalen Reagor may have been there in the second round.
I don't think nobody was taking him. Yeah,
somebody would have been there in the second round. It's okay. You could have got one in the second round. Then
right.
You might could have. Who would have known? Hurts may have been there in the third round. Who knew?
He doesn't look like a polished quarterback to me. He looks like they might just use him like gadget plays.
If you give him time to learn, he can be a starter in this league. He's a winner. Mm-hmm. You know, he has some limitations in his game, but if you build an offense around him, he can be productive in this league. So I'm not mad at him getting drafted or them thinking that he can be somebody good, productive. I'm just mad that they took him that high. They shouldn't have never done that. I don't care how many articles they write, how many ways they try to justify it. They shouldn't have never took him at 2. I'm sorry.
I don't know. They just don't trust. They were so desperate they didn't trust Wentz's durability, I guess. But they didn't have a good draft at all.
Yeah, I'm not.
They didn't draft a linebacker like you said. He shouldn't have took Patrick Queen. But
now, can we talk about the Raiders? You brought up
sure.
the Raiders.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you go get your draft rugs.
Yeah.
Okay. He's the first wide receiver taken off the board because of his speed. Okay, I get it. You take Ruggs. I'm not mad. But then you go out and get Damon Arnett. That's a reach. That's a reach on any stretch of the imagination. That's a reach.
Uh-huh.
Then you reach. Then you go Lynn Bowden in the third. We don't know what his position is.
That's true.
So you reach again in the third. Then you go back to back with another wide receiver, Brian Edwards. I like Brian Edwards.
Okay.
I like Brian Edwards. When you back to back wide receiver, that is not making no sense. Then you back again with Tanner Muse, another reach. All you're doing is reaching. Mike Mayock should be ashamed of himself. He would have never made these drafts. If he was on NFL Network like he was accustomed to, he would have never made these moves. He would question these moves.
That's the thing. Like, he was a draft analyst. He wasn't even like doing games. He was just a draft analyst. That's his job, man. He screwed this up, and that's what he's supposed to know. That's puzzling to me.
It's like you took Amik Robertson in the fourth, fifth.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was in the fourth. You had a whole bunch of picks, and you just took a whole lot of reaches. Now, if they pan out, hey, I will be the first one to say, you know what, Mayock, hey, good job.
Right.
But if they don't, it's going to be hindering on this right here. You did a lot of reaching, and you didn't have to.
It's supposed to be his expertise drafting, and then I'm surprised.
I'm definitely disappointed in Mayock because I used to respect some of his mocks, his draft analysts. So it's like I'm disappointed in him. I already knew I don't trust Gruden as a evaluator anyway. So
I was about to bring him up. I think he has some input probably, and that's probably why.
You can tell, this has his imprint all over it. To be quite honest, in my opinion.
I don't think it's all Mayock. Mayock can't be this, he can't because he's a draft guy. I think Gruden has some input in it. I believe so.
I mean,
which is not his strength.
You're watching the film. You're watching more film than me. Like I said, all power to you if it works out. But if it don't, I'm gonna be the first to let you know. All right, man. We're gonna transition on.
What's the next topic?
Who would be a bust out of these draft picks?
That's a good one. You know what? The running back Taylor that the Colts drafted. I know he fits the Colts style, but they said he can't catch the ball in the backfield, and he fumbles a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So and he had fumbling issues a lot. So I hope it's not, a Trent Richardson situation. And Trent Richardson went to the Colts and he was just a dud in the NFL. And I hope it's just not that kind of situation for him. I just hope he's not. I could see a little bust potential with him if that's the case. If there's a lot of question marks.
I was high on Jonathan Taylor. So I'm gonna just use this analogy. You're a Giants fan, right?
Yeah.
Didn't Tiki Barber have a fumbling issue?
Yeah, but Tiki Barber could run the ball. Tiki Barber
but you about to say, but they fixed it, right?
It took him a while. It took him a while to learn it.
But they fixed it though, right?
Yeah.
All right, then that's what your coaches is for. Coach him up.
Yeah.
Get him right with his ball security. I'm not sure about his catching ability because Wisconsin really doesn't throw the ball to the running back. Who to say he can't catch? We just don't know. But we do. I do know for a fact that he can run the rock, and that with behind that offensive line, him and Marlon Mack. Don't forget, Marlon Mack's still probably going to be the starter.
Of course.
So he just got to make the most of his carries, and I'm not going to be mad at that. He's going to be fresh every time he gets the rock. But that's like I said, it's your opinion, which you have,
Right. But he could be another Ron Dane. He could be a Ron Dane there. Ron Dane was nothing in the NFL.
Like you said, he could be Trent Richardson. Like you said,
Trent Richardson. He's a one-dimensional running back.
We've seen running backs come in the league. I'm sorry, we forgot to mention Green Bay.
Oh, with the Jordan Love thing. Yeah, what are your thoughts? Let me ask you, what do you think about that?
The trade up is what made me frustrated.
I agree.
It was the fact that the reports came out. They was real adamant on getting Jordan Love. They were hyped to get him. I'm not mad at them drafting Jordan Love.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mad at the fact that you traded up to go get him.
I agree.
But that was only day one. I was cool. I got up and I went to sleep. I'm like, you know what? Okay, cool. What are you going to do with the rest of the draft? For them to go out there and draft A.J. Dillon in the second round was the dumbest draft pick I've ever seen. Like, I like A.J. Dillon. He's a good running back. He's very one-dimensional. He doesn't deserve to be one of the second running back drafted before J.K. Dobbins, before Cam Akers. Like, come on now. That made absolutely no sense. On top of the fact that you already have two running backs on your team. That's good. Aaron Jones and Jamal, you didn't need them. Then on top of that, you keep going. You don't draft a wide receiver, and this is projected as one of the best wide receiver draft class that we've seen. You don't get one. Not one. Like one. Come on, Green Bay.
They haven't had a skill position player drafted in the first round, I think, since 2006. They only had one. That's unbelievable.
It's terrible.
That's why I don't know how people knock Rodgers. He's carrying this team.
You get okay. You
all right, you can say, all right, that's the last year, the first time they really had a defense a long time.
That's correct.
He's carried this team. That's why I can never knock him. I don't care what people think about him.
You can. That's different subject.
Yeah, that's a different subject for another day. But that's for them not to draft a skill position player since 2006 is mind-boggling.
That's just stupid. That's just, for to go on all these the whole draft, the entire draft, you don't get one receiver, and then you get a tight end. That's okay. Okay. Back to a bust. I got AJ Terrell.
Okay.
First off, he was a reach, another reach for Atlanta, but I understand why they took him. They needed a cornerback. He might have been the best on their board. I understand that. Cool. Couldn't find a trade partner to trade back on, but he got picked on national championship game.
Yeah, he did.
I do not want my number one corner to get picked on ever in life.
He probably get picked on by Julio in practice.
He's going to get destroyed by Calvin Ridley in practice. He's going to get destroyed. You get picked on Like, no, they actually went to the national championship game. Who are you checking? And we're going to throw at you. I don't want you. And on top of that, can you tell me who's the other corner on the Falcons?
To be honest, I don't remember. I've
Because
watched Falcons been irrelevant.
They cut Trufant.
Yeah, they still have Robert Alford there, right?
He's one of the worst corners in the league.
The Falcons have a problem.
So he's going to step in, being the number one corner on your team. They don't really have the defense around him to hide him. To, they don't have a good
right.
He's going to be on an island. He's going to get destroyed. Like, I feel bad for that kid.
You know what? They said that like some people had him like drafted like late second round and stuff. Like he wasn't projected to be a first round pick. So you're right. He could be a bust.
Because he was a reach.
He was a reach, a real reach.
My other bust, potentially, Henry Ruggs.
Okay.
You was a third wide receiver in Alabama. Now all of a sudden, just because you're fast, I'm supposed to believe that you're going to come into the league and just blow the league away.
It doesn't matter if you're fast. You have to have like the techniques, run routes, and all that other stuff.
Yeah, like I'm confused. Like I said, you're the third receiver, and you wasn't the focal point.
Mm-hmm.
Even as fast as you were, you wasn't the focal point when they was game planning for you. So now you're going to be game plan forward. They're going to be physical. You're going to get jammed on the line. Is your speed going to get negated? Like, I'm confused. And on top of that, the offense that the Raiders do, they don't really go downfield. Granted, I get it. They didn't have the players to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I could be wrong. But right now, I say potentially I'm not really high on Henry Ruggs.
Boy, man, you would think Mike Mayock with all his draft, analysis and stuff like that all these years. But I really think it's John Gruden. I don't really think it's him.
A lot of people fell in love with Ruggs' speed.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people fell in love with him. So I won't even blame them, And on top of that, the ghost of Al Davis. Al Davis, he probably was in heaven going crazy. He loves speed.
Yeah. Raiders tradition.
Yeah, so they, that's just what they're accustomed to in the Raiders land. So
right.
So we'll transition to your potential superstar.
Oh, this is easy. Tua,
okay.
Tua's going to be a Hall of Famer. I think he is. I think he's the real deal. I think he's going to be an all-time great. I hope he stays healthy. I think he will because I don't think he's going to play this year, which is smart.
Mm-hmm.
Redshirt him, and I think he's gonna. I see the guy at Alabama. He's the real deal, man. He makes big plays. He puts up big numbers, and I think he's a winner. I think he's the real. You don't have to worry about Tom Brady no more in the division. I think he's the real deal. I think he's gonna be a superstar.
We didn't mention the Bills, Jared. They had a good draft, but I think the Bills they about to take over this division.
I don't know, but I think I got to see to believe it.
They made the playoffs last year.
I got to see to believe it. I'm not counting. Everybody counting out Belichick like he's some scrub. Yeah, he has a plan.
I got to see the plan. Once I see the plan, but he's not exempt from criticism. He need to be criticized right now. This offense that he put on right now is terrible.
Yeah, they're gonna win on defense like they did last year.
But they don't have Tom Brady to save them.
But they have that system, and they have those backs, and they have James White still, and Sony Michel. They still have Julian Edelman. So you got to, yeah.
It doesn't look the same without Brady, and I think Brady's washed up, and that's how bad.
I don't think. Yeah. I don't like Brady, but I don't think he's washed up. I think the team was just skill position players were just trash, but they need to move on. So
all our life they've been telling us Brady been making it work with lesser talent. And all of a sudden,
I hate when they say that. I hate when they say lesser talent. They act like he didn't have a team. Julian Edelman can play. Gronk can play.
Exactly.
There's another topic for another day because I think Peyton is better than him. I think Peyton's a GOAT, but that's me.
AJ gonna love you. That's what AJ been saying. AJ gonna love you.
He's gonna love you. He's gonna love this because I think Peyton's the GOAT. I think he's better than Brady.
I don't want to be biased and say my potential superstar is going to be CeeDee Lamb.
You could make a case. That sounds right.
I know. I just sometimes on my platform I just refuse to be the homer.
Yeah.
But CeeDee Lamb is definitely set up to just be the man. Like, Dak's going to get a long-term contract. We already got You already got Zeke locked up. Like, the core of the team is already locked up. Amari's locked up for 5 years. Like, he's there for 5 years. Like, he's set up to win already. Mm-hmm. Most people not set up when they're not set up like this. Mm-hmm. He can come in and play football freely. He might not have never played football this freely ever. So I think, but I believe in J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins was my number one running back coming into the draft. Mm-hmm. You join a running offense, like a team that just fits your skill set, and you're part of the modern day running back that you can catch, you can run, you can do it all. Right. You don't really have to come off the field. Mm-hmm. And like I said, with the threat of Lamar Jackson still being able to run, like, the focal point is still going to not be on you all the time, so you're going to be free. I can see big things for him.
The Ravens are going to have, I think they're going to lead the league in rushing again.
Yes.
They're going to lead the league. They and the way they block for the run is amazing.
It's like I said, it's going to be a seamless transition. And once again, you have Mark Ingram there that's still fresh. That mm-hmm. you don't have to give J.K. Dobbins 30 carries.
Right. Yeah, they're gonna do it perfectly with the running game. Everybody gonna get their carries. They're gonna lead the league in rushing again.
Yes, sir. So we can go and finish it up with finalize it with your best player in the draft.
Best player in the draft, I hate to say, is gonna be CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, man, the guy he's talented. He's the most talented player in the draft. He could do it all. And he's on a team that's ready to win. He's in the perfect situation. I think he's just going to add on. I think he's just, he's going to give you production at the White House spot. And I don't think it's nothing that he can't do. So I think he's the best player in the draft.
Jeffrey Okudah. Mm-hmm. That's one of them corners that when you point to him, you're like, you know what? He one of them ones. Like, when Jalen Ramsey came to the league, you knew that's one of them ones. When Patrick Peterson came in the league, you're like, you know what? That's one of them ones. I believe that Jeffrey, first off, when the last time other than Eli Apple, when has the Ohio State defensive back been a bust?
I can't stand Eli Apple, but yeah, that's a good point.
I know you can't. That's why. It's always exceptions to the rule, and he is one of them. But they had a bust. They making an argument. They want to be part of DBU. They want to be part of that.
Yeah, that's a good pickup for the Lions because to replace Darius Slay. Mm-hmm. So they need a corner. So that was definitely something that they needed, and because the Lions got to make the playoffs this year, or Patricia's going to be gone.
It's going to be gone anyway. But
yeah, this is going to be his third season. You don't last 3 seasons in the NFL not making the playoffs and still have a job. So
they need to make some noise.
They need to make some noise, and now you have the extra team making in the playoffs, 7 teams instead of 6.
But the NFC is stacked.
It's stacked. I was about to say it's so tough.
It's tough.
It's tough. It's like the Western Conference of the NFL. It's just stacked. There's so much teams. Maybe another time we could predict the teams who's gonna make the playoffs, but it's a stacked conference. But that's a good pickup for the Lions. I do like Jeff Okudah.
Right. And then, like you said, they got Desmond Trufant to go with them on the other side, so they should be all right, man. They had an okay draft. I'm not really mad at.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either. It was in the middle.
Yeah, I'm just not sold on Matt Patricia, so I really didn't care who they drafted. I'm just like, he's just gonna do the wrong thing. but on paper, they did have a good draft.
Yeah, they did. They did a pretty good job. They did a good job drafting Okudah. They definitely need a corner to replace Slay.
All right, man. I think we did a good job on this NFL draft recap. We're gonna reach out again. We'll have other topics. We're gonna do this again.
Of course.
See what's going on. You can catch 3-Man Weave on all major podcast platforms. 3-Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter, 3-Man Weave _. You can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. I'm Hill. That's my guy Dane Johnson, and we out.
Peace. All right, my brother.